transitioning to a executive role, or perhaps you are an executive that is already in a role and maybe you're struggling a bit as it relates to having that credibility that people are looking for. Well, in this video, we're going to talk about it. I'm going to share with you one of the reasons why, if you are that person, that leader, that woman in leadership, that man in leadership, that is constantly trying to keep everyone happy, how it can actually cost you in terms of your executive credibility. And you want to watch it until the end, because it's going to be a different type of mindset for you if you are that person that likes to be people pleaser. Now, if you are new to me, welcome. And if you are one of my absolutely amazing subscribers, welcome back, friend. This channel heavily focuses in on advanced communication skills and strategies that will help you to develop an unfair competitive advantage as it relates to how you communicate in those very high stakes, high pressure situations as a leader. I have over 1,100 videos here on this channel that are dedicated to helping you to be able to communicate more confidently and concisely under pressure. Now, I want to know from you, how many of you feel like you are a people pleaser? How many of you feel that way? If you do, that's okay. Many of us have the people pleasing mindset often because this is what we are somewhat raised to do. I want to say hello to Cat 23rd. Cat says, hey Doc Hart. High five, Cat. Good to see you, friend. Hope you are doing fantastically well today. Now, as it relates to people pleasing, this happens often. And I want to give you some insight in terms of why trying to keep everyone happy will cost you your credibility as an executive. Let me give you some perspective. When you think of the word executive, what are a couple of words or thoughts that come to your mind? Put them in the comments below. Let me know what comes to mind when you think of the word executive. Because when I looked at the definition of the word executive, and sorry, I have to focus today, it's raining outside, but when you think of the word executive, some of the things that come to mind, or when I look at the definition of it, is the person that is delegating a task, the person that is directing other people, the person that can make a decision as it relates to whatever role that they're in. Therefore, when you think of the word executive, you have to make a decision. And the reason why people tend to struggle with this, especially if they're trying to keep everybody happy, is because they are not able to make a decision in terms of what needs to take place. This is why keeping everybody happy, or trying to keep everybody happy, can sometimes go against you. Now, do you want to be that person that is the peacemaker that can bring people together? Absolutely. This is a critical part of leadership. However, if you find yourself in a situation where you know you can't make everybody happy, you do what you can to help as many people as you can, but ultimately you as the executive have to be the one to make that final decision. And this is the reason why it will start to damage your credibility, because when you are an executive, it is expected that you make those decisions. Cat 23rd says authority. Authority is a word that comes up when people think of executive. Cat, that's a fantastic example. Authority is a word that people keep up. When you think about the word authority, what does the word authority mean? Author. Author is someone that has authored a book, that has published a book, that has made a decision to publish a book. There are so many people that think about publishing books, that talk about publishing books, that do not actually do it. And when you publish a book, that's where the word author, authority, comes from. Is someone that has authored something, that has put something in the world, that is a thought leader, that has made a decision to discuss this particular topic. And all of these attributes we talked about are critically important when you're trying to build your executive credibility, your authority, or whatever other words you thought of when I mentioned the word executive. So if you happen to be in a situation where there's a lot going on and many people are looking to you for support, they're trying to figure out exactly what do we need to do, remember this. Be the person that can compromise and that can bring people together and find a way that we can all work with each other even if we disagree. However, If you're that person that just constantly wants to please everybody at all times, know that it will impact you. You may not see it initially, but you will start to see it as time goes on. When there's big projects, when you may be working in an organization or in your own organization or with partnerships with other people, they may ask you, can you help us with this? But if you're not at a point where you can make those decisive decisions and be able to be credible, people will sometimes struggle with passing off larger projects to you, because people want individuals that can execute. They want people that can actually execute on a task and complete a task, not be at the point where I don't want to make this person mad. I don't want to make this person mad. And then you have a project that you're managing that just continues to just float in the air, right? Because you're trying to make everybody happy. If you want to be that executive, you have to execute. You will need to execute in whatever it is that you are working on. Thank you for the heart emojis, friends. Want to say hello to Hard to Break. Hope you're doing well today. Welcome, welcome. Let me know, what have you seen in your role specifically as it relates to executives? What are some successes that you have seen executives do? And what are some areas that you have seen executives struggle with? Now, I'll give you a bonus as it relates to this topic specifically. I have seen executives struggle with this people pleasing, having to make sure everyone is happy. They struggle with this in terms of being consistent. Now, let me give you some context on that. What happens is that you may have a situation come up as a leader, and you're trying your best to make people happy, make people happy, make people happy. Well, let's say you get past this, and Usman, hello, welcome, welcome, Usman. Usman said, what's the topic? We are talking about how trying to keep everybody happy will affect your executive credibility. But you may find yourself, to go back to what I was saying, that you may be able to get past this project. You may be able to keep everybody happy, right? Keep everybody happy in terms of what they're doing. But when that next project comes around, guess what? You're going to have to make that hard decision again. And maybe this time, the people that you tried to make and keep happy the last time will definitely not be the people that will benefit this time. So then what happens from there? The people that you helped to keep happy are going to look at you at this decision and say, what's going on? You did this for us last time. Why are you not doing it for us again? This is the reason why it's so incredibly important for you to be able to make a decision. Be the person that can execute. This is the reason why leaders advance. This is the reason why leaders struggle. If you cannot execute and make those decisions, it is going to be extremely difficult for you to be able to advance, because the world needs people that can execute, not people that are just going to try to keep everybody happy. But you want to do what you can to collaborate and be positive to everyone. But ultimately, you got to make a decision sometimes, friends. And it might be hard, but sometimes you got to make that decision. All right, Cat 2030 says, sometimes people would want to get everyone happy, maybe to gain good credit. Yes, they can get everyone happy to gain good credit. But as I mentioned, Kat, what can happen sometimes, and I'm going to take a screenshot of that, friend, because that's a really good statement you made. Sometimes what will happen specifically is you'll have that scenario, as I mentioned, that you may make everybody happy to get credit, but then after that, you have to make credit again. And you may not be able to make that same level of credit. Okay. Sino DJ, hello, welcome, welcome. Says subscribe to learn English. We appreciate you for being here.